the space.
Welcome!
Welcome!
Now, this is Doctor Who Time and Space, as it just said.
The popular Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah, and it's made by me, Lewis Moon.
And me, Daddy Cool.
And we're going to do loads of things today.
So, what have we got lined up in this week's edition?
Well, we're going to have another edition of the most popular bit of the show, I think, Quiz or Question.
Yeah, indeed. We're also going to have the latest news.
Yeah, that would be in just a sec. We have a review by you, and what's it of today?
Today we're going to be looking at Series 7's Cold War.
Yeah. And then we'll be doing an episode of the trial of the 12th Doctor, and today it will be the War Doctor, and we'll look at some of the bits that we liked about the Doctor that the Doctor thought wasn't actually the Doctor.
Yeah, and we'll also be having a little bit of a look at some of the things that have been going on your Mr. Lewis Moon Adventures webpage.
And YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay, so should we kick this off? What's first up, sir?
News.
News. What news do we have?
First, we have Deep Breath is going to be shown in cinemas globally.
Brilliant. So that's following on from the success of the 50th anniversary, where they actually showed Day of the Doctor live in cinemas.
I was going to say that.
Okay, you can say it now.
Oh, no. That's alright.
Yeah. So what do we think of this then? So what's, first of all, for those that don't know, what's Deep Breath?
The first episode of Series 8 and the first episode to star Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor, or the 13th Doctor.
Excellent. I guess the thing is with this episode is it's going to be a longer one, isn't it? Longer.
Yes, 79 minutes, apparently.
So it's probably not too far short of the Day of the Doctor, which is about 80-something minutes, wasn't it? Just under an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think it's about the same length.
Okay.
An hour and a half, I think, the 50th anniversary was.
Brilliant. So what do we actually know about Deep Breath so far?
So Doctor Who makes a spectacular return to the big screen in the feature-length premiere episode of Series 8.
Brilliant.
Deep Breath. Directed by acclaimed director Ben Wheatley and written by lead writer and executive I can't say that word.
Executive.
Oh yeah. Producer Stephen Moffat.
Brilliant.
The beginning of the 12th Doctor's era. Stars Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, Jenna Coleman as companion Clara Oswald, and sees the return of fan favourites the Paternoster Gang, Madame Vastra, Neve McIntosh, Jenny Flint, Catherine Stewart, and Strax, Dan Starkey, in a pulse racing adventure through Victorian London.
Yeah, sounds good. So are we thinking this is possibly the Jack the Ripper episode?
Well, I think...
Or was that just a rumour?
No, I think that might be this episode.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So the date is, what's the date we're expecting this?
23rd of, 23rd of August. Wait, yeah, 23rd of August.
Yeah.
And the 23rd of November, I was getting confused of for the Day of the Doctor.
Was that the same date, was it?
Well, it was 23rd of November.
Was it?
Yeah, before.
Brilliant.
So that's probably why they've done it like that. And also, it's just under a month to go, as it's the 26th today.
Wowza, not long to go at all.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And on the show, before, on the day of the new series, we always do a special podcast, which you get to hear some of the monsters coming by, because we have a special parade, which loads of monsters join in and walk past into a ceremony where later on in the day we have a big feast.
Oh, excellent. Well, we'll be looking forward for that when it happens again.
Yeah.
So what do we have next up on the news after this, or have you got more to say about this particular item?
Yeah, Stephen Moffat. What does Stephen Moffat comment?
Stephen Moffat, what does he comment? I think he said, I can't do an impression of Stephen Moffat, so I'll do it in my own voice. Last November, the Doctor didn't just conquer the world on television, he did it in the cinemas too. And like the show off he is, you can't resist another go. One taste of the silver screen is never enough. So on August 23rd, the new Doctor will begin his new adventures on BBC One and in cinemas all over the world. Movie land beware, Capaldi is coming to get you. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's our first bit of news. Do we have any other news?
Yes, we have this new Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Collection DVD and Blu-ray. It's very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the look of the covers.
Yeah.
So we got, is it 4 CDs, is it, by the looks of it?
Well,
4 DVDs, sorry.
yeah, and each one's got a different cover.
Yeah, so
So-
each one's got a different Doctor on it, by the
Yeah.
looks of it.
Paul McGann.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Next up, we've got John Hurt, by the looks of it.
Who we're doing a review on today.
Yeah, that's right.
Dave Tennant.
And then finally, Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe they'll do one like that for the new series or something.
Well, what people want to know is what do we get? What do we get on this disc? Or discs?
Well, further details on the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Collection DVD and Blu-ray have been revealed. Limited edition box set is out early September, on the 9th of
Ooh.
September actually.
The 9th of September. So what's it got on it?
Well, the episodes are Name of the Doctor, Night of the Doctor, Day of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor, An Adventure in Space and Time, Five-ish Doctors Reboot. I loved Adventures in Space and Time, and I loved Day of the Doctor, and I loved Five-ish Doctors Reboot, I loved Night of the Doctor, I loved Name of the Doctor, and I loved Time of the Doctor.
Yeah.
All amazing episodes.
It's amazing. I get quite confused as to which ones are which. So I'm trying to think. The Name of the Doctor, which one was that?
That was the final of Series 7 with the Whispermen and Dr.
Okay,
Simmons.
so we had that one. Then we had The Night of the Doctor is
The
the one
one...
with Paul McGann.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we had The Day of the Doctor, which is the movie.
yeah,
Time of the Doctor, which is the Christmas special.
yeah.
Adventure in Space and Time.
The documentary about when it first started.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. So around the William Hartnell
That was really
ones.
good.
It was good, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And then the Five-ish Doctors reboot was a hoot. We liked that.
Yeah, that was really funny.
It was very good.
But what I was going to say about An Adventure in Space and Time is it told us a lot about, well, it definitely told me a lot about the past of Doctor Who, because I didn't really know much about that time, and you kind of feel sorry for William Hartnell when you watch that one.
You do, because I guess what seems hard to believe now, even to myself, because obviously I wasn't born when Doctor Who started, but was that they'd never anticipated that he would regenerate.
Mm.
So from William Hartnell's perspective, he thought that he was, well, in many ways, irreplaceable. If they wanted Doctor Who to carry on, then it had to still feature William Hartnell, and he was obviously not a well man by that time. And yeah, he must have been devastated when he was moved out of it. So yeah, it was a brilliant episode that there, wasn't it? One of the real highlights from last year.
Yeah, there were loads of things, including the DVD comes with loads of extras, which are Day of the Doctor read-through, deleted scenes, trailers in the cinema, introductions for Day of the Doctor. That was good.
I like the idea. It'd be interesting to see what those deleted scenes were as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes features on Name, Day, Time of the Doctor, and Adventure in Space and Time.
Ooh.
Doctor Who: The Ultimate's Guide.
Do we know what that is? Was that the one that was on the telly?
Yeah, the one which was like about when the Doctor got mind wiped of all of the stuff, and it was like a thing which was showing you all of the 11 Doctors and all of the
Oh.
monsters. And you watched that, didn't you?
Yeah, no.
The
that's
2-hour
good,
thing.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
The Last Day mini episode. Which one was that?
that was the one. It was the other mini-sode with the Daleks, and it was set on Gallifrey and Arcadia.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tales from the TARDIS. Do we know what that is?
I recognise that. Yeah, I think it was on the DVD. of Time of the Doctor. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
Or Day of the Doctor.
And we've got Farewell to Matt Smith.
That's like got. Oh, that was on Sky, I think, last year. All the best bits of
Right.
and stars saying what Matt Smith was like.
You've then got The Science of Doctor Who.
Brian Cox one.
Yeah, did you watch that?
Yeah,
Was it good?
some of it was a bit boring. I like the bits when Brian Cox was in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But the other bits.
Probably a bit adulty for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit grown up. And then 2013 Doctor Who Prom.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was probably better than the 2010 prom.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So any more news? Firstly on that one, that's all the news on
Yeah,
that?
that's all the
DVD
news
box set?
on that.
I mean, I guess the thing is, for a lot of you Who fans, you probably already got a lot of that because you would have bought it when it first came out. So now you're just stuck thinking, what to do? Do you buy that anyway or not? What to do, eh?
So, Big Finish on July the 23rd, which was Wednesday, and that was the time when it was a month to go. The new series. Fans were excited because the website countdown said 30 days or 31 days or something.
Yeah.
And here we have the 15 best audio books of the 15 years of Big Finish.
Okay.
The audio
that's
company.
interesting. Yeah.
Who creates Doctor Who things.
So what do we have here? What does it say?
So, first we've got the Fearmonger, which was in 1999 to 2000.
So which Doctor have we got in this?
The 7th, I think,
Yeah.
of Ace.
Okay.
Is the companion, played by Sophie Aldred.
Brilliant. Okay.
And then we've got the Holy Terror, which was 2000 to 2001.
So that's looking like a Colin Baker one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Robert Jacek is apparently another. And there looks like some penguins in the background.
What's going on there? So perhaps the penguins are the Holy Terror. We don't know, do we?
No. Crimes of Midnight, 2001 to 2002.
Is that a Paul McGann one?
Paul McGann.
Yeah.
They're probably one of Doctor Who's Big Finish's best Doctor.
Yeah. That's the good thing about one of the best things about the Big Finish series is it gave it a bit of a chance for telling you a bit more about the Paul McGann Doctor Who, really, didn't it? Because we didn't get too much of a chance to see him.
Do you think soon they'll do a War Doctor series?
Let's hope so. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Or maybe they might not be able to get John Hurt.
No. But they might. You could do his voice, couldn't you?
Yeah. Or someone else.
Do John Hurt voice.
No, I want to.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to give any spoilers, people, for later on in the Figure Adventures series if you like to watch the Figure Adventures. So.
Okay. So, what have we got next up?
Doctor Who and the Pirates, which
Doctor Who
is
and the
2002 to 2003. And it was the Cyberman origin story.
And that's another Colin Baker one by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 2003 to 2004, Flip Flop
Okay.
with annoying Mel,
Oh,
whose
no.
birthday it was this week.
It was
On
no.
Tuesday, I think.
So that's a Sylvester McCoy one then.
She was 50, I think.
Crumbs. Next up after that one. Well, that looks like it's a Davros one, possibly, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Next Life, 2004 to 2005, which has
Okay.
got the 8th Doctor.
Okay.
And Daphne Ashbrook, who plays no, I forgot her name now. Grace Holloway. That's it.
Another Grace Holloway one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Kingmaker,
Right.
2005 to 2006, which looks like some robots in the 5th Doctor.
Okay. Paul Davidson. Peter Davison.
The Repairing.
The Reaping.
Reaping.
The Reaping.
2006 to 2007, which is a Colin Baker
Yeah.
and Perry and Cyberman.
Ooh, cool. Cyberman.
The Girl Who Never Was, Paul McGann.
Another Paul McGann
Another
one.
Cyberman.
They like their
40.
Cybermen.
Yeah. 45, 2008 to 2009.
Okay, so that's the Sylvester McCoy.
The Clean trilogy, 2009 to 2010.
Okay, another Sylvester McCoy one.
The Four Doctors, 2010 to 2011.
Ooh, that's interesting. Has that actually got all four of them in?
Yeah.
So who have we got in this one then?
Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and Paul McGann.
So that's nearly the 5-ish Doctors reboot.
Yeah. If they had Tom Baker in there. Curse of Davros. I remember that one coming out, and so did I remember The Wrong Doctors.
So both of those are Colin Baker ones.
Yeah.
And then finally...
And Light at the End, I remember as well.
So that's basically those same 4 Doctors and Tom Baker, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. So keep up the good work, Big Finish.
Yeah.
Keep up the big work. Obviously, you need a fair bit of money to be able to actually get all of those, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some avid Who fans out there that managed to. Any more news?
Well, the new Doctor Who magazine
Oh yeah.
Gives a preview to every episode of the new series.
Oh.
All 12 episodes.
So we weren't able to actually find that today, were we? Otherwise.
No, we were going to try and find it, but we didn't get to.
We were unsuccessful, so we'll try and find that during the week.
Yeah.
So. Anything else on the news front?
Well, now it's time for Weird and Wonderful.
Weird and Wonderful.
Which we like to show you some of the pictures. Well, we like to describe some of the pictures, which you can find on the Doctor Who TV website.
Yeah.
There's a Silent Scream by Tess Park, and this is it's quite a good silence picture.
It is, yeah.
Instead of a black tie, it's a red tie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's quite good.
We're liking that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And what do you like about that the best?
I like the fact that it looks like the Scream picture, because there's a lot of similarity between the silence and the Scream picture.
Yeah.
I think that's probably almost certainly what the silence were based on.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
There's a picture when it came out.
Yeah.
Of when they looked exactly like Scream.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 10th Doctor by Oatsprite.
Really good drawing of the Doctor with big googly eyes.
Yeah, he looks a bit freaky with those googly eyes, but still really good.
Very good drawing.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Oatsprite. Then we've got Asanoni, and this is of the 11th Doctor with a cloak.
Looks like he's wearing some form of Time Lord cloak.
Maybe it's a new one they've designed or something.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Mm.
Brilliant. Excellent. Anything else? Good. So does that conclude the news and the weird and wonderful bits?
Mm.
And bring us on to the next section, which is
Trial of the 12th Doctor, Trial of the War Doctor.
Oh, okay.
That's why this episode is called War of the Worlds.
I see. So this is where we take a Doctor and we talk a little bit about the good points, the bad points, the best companion, the best enemies that they faced.
Yeah.
Yeah. And give them a score out of 10, yeah?
Yeah. Did you say best episode?
I can't remember if I did or not. Probably not. But in case I didn't.
It's alright.
So, what do we think then? So, obviously, this is a slightly tricky one on the basis of the fact that the War Doctor only really had the one episode.
Well, he was in Name the Doctor, not the Doctor bit, but now you can go for good stuff. What do you think about good stuff about him?
First thing, good. It's John Hurt, isn't it? It's John Hurt. He's a legend. You've got to love John Hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, John Hurt, my earliest memory of him would be from either The Elephant Man, which he starred as John Merrick, or also when I was a fairly young child, the cartoon version of Lord of the Rings came out, and John Hurt played Aragorn. And
it was a voice.
Yeah, he did the voice for Aragorn. And to me, that is Aragorn. whenever I read the books, I don't picture got his name now, the guy from the Lord of the Rings films. But to me, I've got John Hurt's voice in there. To me, John Hurt is Aragorn. But for the purpose of today's episode, John Hurt is the War Doctor. So yeah, so we've got that. We've got other good points. I think. Well, I'll let you come up with a good point now, because I'm waffling.
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
Yep.
Of course, it's the only thing I've seen with him. I've seen a picture of him as the Elephant Man.
Okay.
I find it a bit freaky. I don't know why. I just find him a bit freaky.
Yeah,
No
it would
offense,
be.
but
It was very freaky.
yeah.
But it's a true story.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I think he's a very good actor, and I think he was a very good doctor to actually try and be a doctor for one episode, and to actually try and pretend he doesn't really want to be a bad guy, but some parts of him are actually bad and some parts are actually good. So he actually betrayed the Doctor very well. I
think another thing that occurs to me with it is you look at the Doctor, particularly Matt Smith and David Tennant. Although they're very different in many ways, they're both quite quirky, and I think the John Hurt Doctor really worked well with them because he was very dour, and it was more like a sort of a hark back to perhaps to some of the really early Doctors. So you had like a really old Doctor with these two quirky, trying to be cool type Doctors.
Yeah.
And that worked really well, I think.
Yeah. Bad points, is it?
I can't think of anything bad at all. Oh, another good point was his costume.
Yeah, that's quite good. And quite tatty as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Quite good.
Yeah.
Be a War Doctor.
If it was just wearing tatty clothes a way to become the Doctor, then I should be the Doctor, because all my clothes is tatty.
Yeah, you should be the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like, we've planned 10 series that you could be in.
Yeah, that's right.
The Doctor.
Yeah, that would be good. What about Badminton?
I don't really know. He's only in one episode. The only bad point is he needs to be in it more.
Yeah, it'd be nice to find out a bit more about the adventures of him during the war, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe at least, as we said earlier, in Big Finish.
Yeah, there was a book, wasn't there? It's a book or a cartoon, book or a comic strip that came out recently.
Oh well, actually, it's coming out on. It's coming out on. Sorry, I need this calendar to load. Thursday.
This Thursday, is it?
The Engines of War.
Right. Okay.
And you can buy it.
What do we know about that? What do we know about it? Is it a comic strip book or is it a textbook?
I think it's a textbook.
So it says the Great Time Wars raged for centuries, ravaging the universe. Scores of human colony planets are now overrun by Dalek occupation forces. A weary, angry Doctor leads a what's that? I can't read that word. Of battle TARDISes against the Dalek stronghold, but in the midst of the carnage, the Doctor's TARDIS crashes to a planet below, Moldox. As the Doctor is trapped in an apocalyptic landscape, Dalek patrols roam amongst the wreckage, rounding up the remaining civilians. But why haven't the Daleks simply killed the humans? Searching for answers, the Doctor meets Cinder, a young Dalek hunter. Their struggles to discover the Dalek plan take them from the ruins of Moldox to the halls of Gallifrey, and set in motion a chain of events that would change everything and everyone. An epic novel of the Great Time War featuring the War Doctor, as played by John Hurt. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good story, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. So what do we have next then? So that was our the good and the bad.
Oh, best episode.
Ooh, what to choose? So many to choose
I
from.
know.
You first.
I have to go for Day of the Doctor. It's the 50th, but there's so many other good ones to choose
Yeah,
from.
I'm going to go for Day of the Doctor as
Yeah.
well. But it's also my least favourite.
Why? Oh yeah. It is. It's quite. It's also quite bad.
No, it's one of the best episodes ever anyway, isn't it? But,
Yeah, one of them.
But certainly the only one for the John Hurt character.
I'm just joking.
So we were joking. We were joshing with you.
Best monster.
Best monster. Let me see.
Daleks and Zygons.
Well, for me, I'll let you go first.
Zygons.
It's got to be the Zygons, isn't it?
Yeah.
We love the Zygons.
We've been waiting. We've been waiting for their return since the middle of, well, since 1970s. We've been waiting for their return.
Is that when it was? 1970s? Yeah, it would be,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah. Tom Baker, wasn't it?
1976. I think.
Crumbs. So that is a long time.
Yeah.
What have they been doing in the meantime? We do know that the Doctor's met them a few times since, don't we? Because
Yeah.
I think they've been in a few audiobooks, and I think Matt Smith actually, the Matt Smith Doctor mentioned them at some point.
In Power 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, best companion.
Rose, it has to be, because he doesn't have any others
Yeah,
that we know of.
that's true.
Well, there's that guy in the new book.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that new novel.
If it's a guy, I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Yeah.
But I just call them guys.
Right.
I don't know why.
It didn't really have a companion as such. So probably a hard one to answer.
Yeah.
Out
Out of 10.
of 10, it's John Hurt, isn't it? I'm going to give him 9.
8.
Give him 8 there.
8.
Okay, well, you're the boss. It's your podcast, so the
Thank
official
you.
score is 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time for your review.
My review.
Over to you. What's your
Okay.
review this time?
My review this time is from Series 7, Part 2, and it's The Cold War. Now, this gave us a welcome return of one of the early Doctor Who villains, the Ice Warriors. So we've not seen these since the days of the Third Doctor.
Yeah.
So
74.
yeah, really interesting idea here. It's one where effectively the Ice Warrior Skaldak is stuck in this Russian submarine.
Yeah.
And basically the Doctor and Clara and the crew are all stuck in there with him, and it's a little bit of a survival type episode. And I get what plays really well is Skaldak isn't really a bad guy in it. He's just trapped, and he's acting like anyone would if they're trapped, because he wants to get out, and he'll do what he has to actually escape. The Doctor is obviously trying to reason with him to a certain extent, but the Captain really fears him. So really good episode. It's my only criticism of it would be that it was too short, and it'd probably be a criticism I'd give of a lot of that particular series. I think sometimes trying to cram that much story into a 45-minute, 50-minute episode.
Well, it was 40 minutes.
40 minutes, was it?
Only 41.
Okay, 41-minute episode then is quite difficult, and I'd much rather see all of them at least an hour, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think of it, taking it back to the old days of Doctor Who, most of the stories were 4 parts,
Yeah.
20 minutes apiece. So, this was like a 2-parter in terms of the old series, and it just felt to me like it needed to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So that was my only criticism. So aside from that, one of my favourite ones, I'm trying to think desperately who wrote it now,
For Mark Gatiss.
is the Mark Gatiss one. Okay.
He wants to write another episode with the Ice Warriors.
Yeah.
He wants to make Skaldak return, and he wants to say it on Mars.
Right, brilliant. Sounds good then. So hopefully we'll be seeing more Skaldak. All in all, one of the best in the series, I think.
Yeah. By the way, I read that in one of my magazines.
Ah,
A figurine
okay.
collection, actually.
Ah. So, yeah, that's my review of the Cold War.
And next time I'll be doing Hyde.
Ah,
So.
God, I'd like to have reviewed that one as well.
Ah.
You can't have them all, can you?
No.
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 So, where does that bring us to then?
Well, it leads us to quiz or question.
Ah, welcome to Quiz or Question.
Yes, and in this show, we answer some of your questions that you've gave us for a quiz or question.
Okay. So, basically, just to explain the difference between a quiz and a question, basically, a question will tend to be something where we give our opinion,
Yeah.
whereas a quiz will tend to be a straight answer.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be more of a factual one. We'll decide, depending on what we see, whether it's a quiz or a question, and then we'll give our response as suitably as we can.
So first we have one from Braxwolf Stormchaser.
Ooh. So what's this one here then? What does it say?
Well, it's as the sonic screwdrivers become reinvented, reconstructed, do they gain new abilities, or is the change purely cosmetic?
So first of all, is that a quiz or a question?
I don't know. I think it might be a quiz or
Okay.
a question. What one do you think?
I think. Well, let's do
Yeah.
both. Let's treat it first as a quiz. Do we know if there's a factual answer to this?
Well, wait. No, quiz. Or
Quiz.
question?
Let's go for quiz. Then.
Okay. Quiz. Okay.
Is there an answer?
Well, they sometimes gain new abilities. They gain more powerful,
Uh-huh.
the sonic screwdrivers, but it depends if it depends what type of thing it is. It usually looks different, and it usually has some sort of new power, but it's mainly the same as the old sonic screwdriver that the Doctor used to have. What do you think?
I have no idea actually, so I'm glad you're able to answer that one because I wouldn't have known.
Just give an answer.
If I was going to give an opinion on it, so if instead it's thought of it as a question, I would have said that yes. I would imagine one of the beauties of it is that every time they reconstruct it, they can give it some extra powers, and there's something which makes it perhaps stay as a fresh item, isn't it? So it's always going to do something new.
Yeah.
So thank you for that one.
Thank you, Braxwolf.
Okay.
So, who's done the next one?
Well, we've got one here which says, if you could take any two Doctors and put them into a Two Doctors episode that haven't been in a Two Doctors episode, which two Doctors would you choose to be in the Two Doctors episode?
Okay, so quiz or question?
I think that's a question.
Question. So, apart from Colin Baker and Patrick Troughton, who would it be?
You can answer this first.
Tom Baker and Matt Smith.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be an interesting one.
Well, we've already seen them together, kind of, because of that bit in the end of the Day of the Doctor when the Fourth Doctor turned out to be the creator of the museum.
Yeah.
and Matt Smith's Doctor met Tom Baker's fourth Doctor.
Yeah.
And they kind of met each other. So it was the long-awaited thing of the... Well, it's my top 2 Doctors.
Yeah.
If you had 2 Doctors, then it would be them, because they're my favourite 2 Doctors.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Now, my one, I think, is obviously impossible. But wouldn't it be interesting to see William Hartnell with Peter Capaldi? So the first and the most recent together.
Yeah, that would be interesting,
Yeah.
but it's kind of impossible.
It is kind of impossible.
Only if Futurama things become real and there's talking heads in the future.
Oh, yeah, you could have a William Hartnell head, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Peter Capaldi head. They're kind of the oldest Doctors.
Yeah.
Because remember, we found out, I can't remember what it was in, but we found out that Peter Capaldi is actually the oldest Doctor, even older than William Hartnell.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
I
But,
know.
yeah. Not long to wait. Not
Yeah.
long to wait, and we'll find out.
Is he the grumpiest?
Is he the grumpiest
Is he the
one ever?
nicest?
Yeah.
Is he the childiest? Is
Yeah.
he the oldest? Or...
What is he? He's going to be I think he's going to be quite a strange one.
Yeah. Is he the strangest?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we've got something written down here, which is how many Doctor Who spin-off series have there been?
Okay, so
That's got
quiz
to
or
be
question?
got to be a quiz. I'd suggest that one.
Quiz. Okay, so there's been Sarah Jane Adventures, which is the main one.
Yep.
There's Torchwood.
Yep.
Which is another one.
Yeah.
There's K9 and Company.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking there's another one. Totally Doctor Who is another one.
It's a.
Apparently.
That's the.
Never watched it.
I can only think of the 3. So.
Is there any other ones? Sure, I'm missing out one.
Not that I know of.
No, I'm sure I'm not.
Do you? I don't think we might have covered this one before. But my brain's got blank. But this is me throwing one into it, a bit of an extension on from that question.
Yeah.
But what do you? If there was going to be another spin-off?
Yeah, we've done that
Have
question.
we done that one?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
We
okay.
did that a few weeks ago. I
Did
think.
we?
It might have actually been on. Should we just do it just in case? Because I think it might have been on the first quiz or question where it wasn't on YouTube.
Okay, well let's think about it again then and see if we give the same answer as much as anything else.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
We said that it was either going to be a Paul McGann one.
Yeah.
Or a War Doctor one.
Ah, yeah. I'll tell you what else I'd find quite interesting would be, I would really like to know what happened to Sarah Jane's son,
Luke.
and Rani,
Yeah.
and
Clyde.
Clyde. I'd love to know what happened to them. I'd like to
and
see their
Skye.
adventures in Sky. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd like to know what else happened to them. So perhaps
Maybe Maria.
so perhaps a Sarah Jane Adventures without Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
That would be quite nice.
Yeah, and you know what actually happened in the end of Series 5, because apparently Sky, I read in a Doctor Who magazine special that in the final of Series 5, Sky was actually going to be the Trickster's daughter.
Oh.
So you could find, and she looked really freaky with the Trickster eyes.
Oh, that sounds good, then, doesn't it? We missed out there, haven't we?
What is your favourite out of all of the spin-offs?
That's fair. Well, I've never watched Torchwood actually.
No, I haven't. I've seen clips and stuff, and
Yeah.
trailers, but haven't actually seen any episodes. But the only one I've really seen is I've seen a bit of K9 and Company, I think.
Yeah, that's probably just very dated.
Yeah, I think it has to be Sarah Jane though.
Yeah, I think so. Sarah Jane was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really good series. That.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wizards vs. Aliens is kind of a spin-off.
Yeah, but only insofar as it's written.
Yeah, by Russell T Davies.
Yeah.
It's half-y spin-off.
Yeah.
Quarter-y.
Yeah. No, that's
Ish.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we've got this question: how many Doctors have met the Sontarans?
Haven't we had that one before?
Have we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember we had one around. I thought it was the Sidemen.
No, it's the
Right.
Sontarans. Pick out the next one.
Okay.
Somebody's just sent in a stupid question.
Or maybe it's from the old pile.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Just get the
maybe
new
it's-
pile.
Maybe it's from the old pile.
Get the new pile.
Okay. Let's have a look. Do you think there'll ever be any non-human companions again?
Yeah, that we never had that one before.
Okay.
Is that a quiz or a question?
That's a question.
Question.
So, well, first of all, let's think about which ones have we had before? People that aren't human or humanoid, I guess.
Well, K9 is the main one you think of.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best one.
Yeah.
You've got Romana, his Time Lord.
Yeah.
And Susan, his Time Lord.
Yeah. Chameleon.
Yeah, Chameleon, who's robot from.
Yeah. Milo, I guess, to a certain extent. Came from another
Yeah,
planet.
Sabatine. Well, that was a tribe.
Right, but I guess she was still humanish, wasn't she?
Yeah, humanish. Humanish.
So what do you think? So going back to the question, do you think there'll be one? A non-human companion in the future?
I think there probably will. Just to introduce a new alien, maybe. You could have like a famous monster like Strax,
Yes.
which is actually a full companion though.
Yeah.
Not like Strax, but a companion which is in it fully.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think robots are always quite useful ones to
Yeah.
actually have as a companion.
Robo. From
Mhm.
Mason Space, which is coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's hope for that. A robot would be good, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a little box one like Aurak. Not going to mean anything to you.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a few more.
Okay, let's have a look. What period in history would you most like the Doctor to go to?
Is that a quiz or a question?
That's a question.
Okay, time for the question. Okay.
Okay, you gonna go first?
Period. Does that mean just the past, or
Yeah, just the past.
so like a time stream like Tudors?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, or a famous event, I guess we could say.
I think following on from the Visitation, we should see the Great Fire of London.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think I would go for let's see. Oh, I had something in my head earlier on, and it's gone. What would be a good time we haven't had before? We've had the Romans.
Yeah, once. There's an episode called The Romans, which Emperor Nero was the bad guy. It's one of the first ones, episode 12, actually.
Well,
Story 12.
how about a Greek mythology one?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the sort of perhaps one with the. How about this then? Of setting an idea here. Greek mythology involving these Minotaur monsters.
Oh, yeah, because there's apparently going to be a Minotaur-like creature in the series sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
yeah.
Have we got any others?
2 more.
Two more.
2 more.
Okay, let's rummage deep within. Okay, here goes. What planet do the Zygons come from? Ooh,
Is that a quiz or a question?
that's a quiz.
quiz.
One I'm hoping you know the answer to, because I don't.
Nobody knows.
Do we not know?
It's unknown. Well,
They probably come from the planet Zyg. Or something like that.
I think for one of the future figure adventures, I might introduce the Zygon's home planet, and one which I'm planning one in the next series.
Yeah.
Well, Daddy Cool knows
Yeah.
that there's going to be one featuring the Zygon's next series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we might actually feature the Zygon's home planet.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of a spoiler.
Okay. And the final one we've got here is Tom Baker recently stated that if he was asked, he would quite happily now appear in Doctor Who again. Do you think he will?
Is that a quiz or a question?
It's a question.
Question.
I don't believe he will.
I think he's a bit too old.
Mhm.
80.
And also the scene when he was in the movie was just one of the most lovely
I
scenes
know.
ever. But tear to the eye.
Recreate that because
You
it's
can.
so lovely.
So I don't think I want him to be in it again. However much I love Tom Baker.
Yeah, I like Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hope not.
Well, let's hope so in a good way.
Yeah.
And also, let's hope not.
So
There's two ways.
that was a good set of quiz or questions. So if anyone's got a quiz or question for future weeks, how do they let us know about it?
Well, comment below our YouTube video.
Yeah, any video really, can they?
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to be comment below this one. Comment below anyone on this channel,
Yeah.
and we'll pick it up and hopefully answer it or give our opinion on it in the next show.
Yeah. Well,
Brilliant.
whatever show you comment, whatever week you've commented it on,
Yeah.
the show on the week that you've done it,
Yeah.
on the Saturday in that week, we will feature your quiz or question.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Brilliant. Which, by my reckoning, gives us one more item for the show,
Yeah.
which is what's been going on your YouTube channel or on your Mr. Lewis Moon Adventures Weebly.com.
Well, is it uploading now, the new thing?
It will be as soon as this show's finished. We'll start uploading it.
Well, when the show's finishing, we're going to start uploading Professor Travers' Adventures, The Yeti's Revenge Part 4. Which
So
is, yeah.
really hotting up now. So for people that haven't listened so far, Professor Travers' Adventures features.
Professor Travers.
So who's Professor Travers?
He's a professor that was in The Abominable Snowman, The Web of Fear, and we see his house, which was owned by Professor Watkins and mentioned in The Invasion. So.
Okay, so there we have it. So he's an old character that we've brought back to life as such, as a sort of spin-off series.
Yeah.
So it's an audio book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
part 3 had some very exciting stuff, and part 4 will have some even more exciting stuff. It has some very exciting stuff that, well, the most exciting stuff is the bit that's written by Daddy Cool here.
Is it?
Yeah.
So for anyone, Professor Travers' Adventures is something where we write between us normally, don't
Yeah.
we? We both take it in turns of writing a paragraph
Yeah.
and then use it as a way of bouncing ideas off each other, don't we, for writing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which is something we do quite a lot really with things in general, isn't it? With story
Yeah.
writing, we bounce ideas.
Yeah, we read a story the other day called The Builder.
We won't say anything about that because one day
No.
we might put something on
Yeah.
your channel about it.
Yeah, we won't say any spoilers about that
Yeah.
because someday there'll be a video about it.
So anything else appeared on your channel?
Funvid Friday. I kept forgetting to do it the last couple of weeks, so I apologise. But it was on my website every week.
Mm.
But now, the new Funvid Friday is on there. After this is the first one I've done on YouTube for 3 weeks because I haven't got round to doing that. But it's been on my website every week.
Okay.
So you can catch up with Funvid Friday, and there's all the best videos from the week.
Okay, do you want to give an idea of the sorts of things you featured this week?
Well, I need to get to it first. This week I featured some Batman March videos, a teaser for the new series, basically.
Ooh.
A Farmer Peters and His Underworld Adventure, Chapter 7, A Purpose Clarified, written by Daddy Coolhair.
Ooh.
It's a very good book, so I recommend it. A surprise for the monk in the Time Meddler in Doctor Who,
Okay.
which is uploaded by Doctor Who. Doctor Infinity official title sequence. DWTO, DWFA, Invisible Aftermath, teaser and full trailer.
Ooh.
That's this week's Funvid Friday, and there'll be loads more Funvid Fridays over the next few weeks.
Brilliant. Okay, so that probably brings us just about to the end of this show, does it not?
Yeah, and next week we'll be having another issue of Quiz or Question.
Uh-huh. We'll be having another review, which was Hyde.
Yeah, by me.
Okay.
We'll be having Trial of the Ninth Doctor, which is Christopher Eccleston's Doctor.
Okay. We'll be getting ever nearer to the new series starting, so hopefully we'll have
3
some
weeks.
exciting news.
Comic Con, I think, might be today.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'd also obviously give you an update on what's coming up on the Doctor Who Time and Space YouTube channel, which should be the next story next week of the figure adventure.
Yeah, Locked Out.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we'll see you then.
See you next week.
Bye.